Hey guys, remember to like the video and hit subscribe.
Like, I don't understand how people are pointing to single mothers when the social, emotional, psychological, and economic deficits are the result of absentee fathers. And it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I don't think Fanatic. I don't think anybody's trying to blame single moms. I think he's just saying that the blame is not just that to say that just black fathers are failing or just black men are failing misses the reasons of why they might be failing. I think is what his argument is.
Right, but why they might be failing? Again, if we're gonna go all the way back to the big bad whitey and the system and all this and that, like, at what point are black men just going to say, no, we actually have to change our culture, and family does matter? And then this is okay. Let me get it together. Marriage, nuclear families, these are the fabrics of any good community, progressive community, and society. If you take that away, you're going to have a degenerate community. What are black men doing to remedy this? So black men know that this is a problem, but collectively, what are they doing to either mentor young black boys? What are they? They're not doing anything at the collective level. They're not doing anything politically. This is what I'm saying.
Hold on. That's not true. First off, there's plenty of collective activity that's being done in the form of specific mentor programs, youth programs in the inner city. Those things are happening. It's just that, again, sometimes those programs aren't enough to offset the economic deprivation. Because, again, as you're already admitting, and it's so crazy to me, it's like you keep doing this thing where you go, yes, economics is incredibly important, and economics seems like it's a pretty big cause of a lot of these problems. And then at the same time, then ignoring the economics and going, why aren't black people doing it themselves? Why aren't they fixing this problem themselves?
No,
you can't have it both ways.
So I can acknowledge.
Wait, hold on real quick. Hold on, Anna. Can I cut you off? Can I toss another itty bitty grenade in here, and then Fanatic, and then Anna can answer? I'm just kind of curious because Anna's been talking about this a lot. So I agree with you that all of those systemic problems, all of those issues exist 100%. Right? Obviously, you know me. I'm your favorite progressive who plays the piano sometimes when you're mad. But I agree that those problems exist. Why is it? It would seem to me that being a woman and black makes you like doubly or quadruply fucked in the United States. Why does it seem like women have made more progress, black women have made more progress addressing black issues in the black community than black men have? I think that's a question. Yeah, go. And you might disagree with the framing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Because one, I don't think that that's true. Still, the vast majority of black men out-earn black women in the vast majority of households. Still, but I will say that there are specific things that are like our system is obviously designed and specifically more punishing towards men, right? Like that's just the way that it has always been. So if you look at something like we can look at the disparity between sentencing for white and black people, and you'll see a great disparity.
But that's white and black
people.
Literally,
I don't know. Let me finish. Like, trust me. No. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Yes, you can see.
What are you doing?
Wait, let me finish my point.
Whoa.
You can finish.
Like
let me finish my point.
Whoa.
You can look at the comparison between black and white people, and that's really, really great. But then if you look at the comparison between men and women, it's insane. So while yes, black women are still treated worse than white women, black men are still it's the comparison between men and women is dramatic. Even when it comes to the prison to pipeline.
Yeah, none of this matters. None of this matters, right?
Thank you. Like, what are you
saying? Black women aren't out there on the streets in gangs, and they're happening to just float by all these sentences.
They got their boyfriends to do it for them, so they can get the benefits.
Well, no. That's not the problem. It's that if you look at it, for example, when it comes to welfare, the system has always been significantly more empathetic and sympathetic towards women. So if you look at
but that's because they're the ones raising all the children.
Well, if you look at for example, if you look at the jobs program, if you look at welfare programs and all of those things, that they're significantly more geared towards helping women. Hell, if you even look at what started the if you even look at the culture that started single family households within black people, that can be directly tied towards a lot of the welfare systems, which were there were a lot. I know, I got you. Wow. I don't care if you think it's a lie. Let me finish it and then respond like I've done you. And don't get mad every time you say don't try to tell me that I'm talking. Don't try to tell me that I'm talking to you like a child when you act like a child and petulantly interrupt me repeatedly. I got you. Maybe you can say that. Stop interrupting and I'll finish a point, and it won't take that long. I got you. I bet you believe that. Anyways.
At least as a black man who's on your side, I got you. Just wait your turn, and then we can get him.
You're
Go
not
ahead.
on my side. First of all,
All right.
Hold on.
Okay, but let me finish my point. So look, if you look. Thank you. So if you look at like the welfare programs that were aimed specifically at making, like they specifically said that you could not get those welfare programs if you had a man in the home because it was only aimed at women. During that, obviously, you want to talk about where culture is developed. During that time, when you're raised in a single family household, you're more likely to normalize to that because single parent households used to be incredibly stigmatized across all of society. But once you have an entire generation of people who have been politically disaffected and disenfranchised, and then you give them something that says, hey, we'll give you assistance so that you can still survive and feed your children, but you got to make sure your man isn't in the home. So then those children are all raised in a single parent household without regular access to their father. That means that those little girls are going to see it more likely socially, right? That they're going to develop the attitudes that it's okay to raise your children singly because that's what's comfortable and known to them. Same for those black boys. They can see, my father wasn't there, and it's not such a bad deal if I'm not going to be there. You learn the culture from your upbringing and your environment. Environment shapes culture more so than any other thing. And so when that environment is caused by a design and a system, then you're more likely to see it perpetuate itself. And that's exactly what has led to this culture. So now I get that it's incumbent on the individual to make the decision, hey, it's still not a good idea. Again, I don't have any children out of wedlock. I want children. I'm getting up there in age. That's why I'm engaged now. But the idea is that I get that I was raised where I had my mother instilled what I would say are pretty conservative values regarding that, which is why I was always so determined to do that. So I think it is cultural.
Okay, Fanatic. So let her go. Let her go. Go ahead.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead, girlfriend.
First and foremost, you said that black women have always institutionally or governments have always been more lenient with black women.
Not always. No, I didn't say always.
Right, but you failed to provide absolutely. Name one program that was only applicable to black women. One program.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Maybe I wouldn't be able to say that any program is exclusively accessed by black women, but when you can see a program where it's like 90% of it is accessible by black women. Hold on, let me answer the question. When you can, you ask me a question and you're not letting me fully answer.
When you can, let me 15 seconds. Go ahead.
Thank you. When you can point to a program that is like hyper disproportionate, where it's like 90% or 95% are women and only 5% are men, then that's a thing. And I'm pretty sure the welfare program in the 60s was exclusive to black women.
Okay, all right. Now you can rebut.
You're pretty sure about that, and unfortunately, you're wrong. So what you're talking about is the man out of the house rule. That's what we're talking about, right? Okay, so here's the thing about that. When you're saying you're basically positing that black women prefer government cheese to men who are providing in the household. And I'm here to tell you that that's not what it was. Cause and effect. The government saw that black men, no men were there, first of all. Second of all, obviously black women were at the mercy of their communities and their men. So what do you think the government is going to do? Obviously, these women are at the mercy of these men and their communities. Obviously, they're going to need to have. They're going to need to be some way. So yes, black women were on welfare, but the man out of the house rule. First of all, do you know what year that law was overturned? Does anybody know?
No. Please tell us.
It was instituted in the 1960s. And
wait, I want to know when it was overturned. When was it overturned?
I don't know the exact year. What was that year?
Do you know, ma'am?
Abba, why are you like this?
No, hold on. You just asked the question. I want to actually know that.
No, Abba, why are you like this?
I'm so confused. What's happening?
Why are you like this?
Hey, listen. I just came back and I heard you were mad at me. What did I do?
Well, are you derailing the combo into your personal beef, Abba? Is that what you're doing right now?
No, but she's super hostile towards me. I'm here to support.
Well, you sound sarcastic as f***. I can't even tell if you're.
He's absolutely sarcastic. Look, hey, Abba, I'm gonna just say this really quick. Look, okay, I'm a big fan. Abba, I appreciate you. I appreciate your content, but it seems like this might be the time for me to exit.
But I'll get to Abba later. Okay, so I believe it was overturned in 1968. So just so we're clear,
Wait,
This
Annalisa,
law-
he says he wants to leave. I think he says he's done with you. You gotta let him affirm his batteries. Are you done, Fanatic?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm done. I just want to she can finish her point. I'll just
Okay.
let me give my point. Then you can get the last word. Okay?
No. Actually, let her finish her point, and then you can finish yours, and then we'll done. Go ahead, Annalise, because I interrupted you.
Wait,
Finish your
can you
point.
guys? I can't hear. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
just
we can
saying
hear
that
you.
Fanatic needs to leave, so he wanted to be able. So he said, finish your point, and he's gonna give
Can
you
you
one
guys
last
hear
point.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear
I
us?
can always hear you. Always.
Okay, but can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm always listening.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I don't think she can hear us.
Can you briefly tell me why she's so mad at me?
What? I don't ever think if I answer, she'll get mad at me.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I feel like Destiny is a black woman's name, so I think you should be allowed.
That's why I'm safe. I'm just kidding.
I think.
Okay,
that's a lot of-
so
Okay, go ahead. We
hold
can hear.
on.
Wait,
Okay.
can you hear us?
Oh, sorry, this-
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
The man out of the
Can you hear
home
us?
rule was. Who said that?
Abba. Okay. Fanatic says he needs to leave, so he said finish your point, and then he's gonna give you one last point. We're gonna finish.
Okay, so my point to what he was talking about welfare, women did not choose welfare over like the idea that black men really run with this narrative. Like, how remedial is it that women chose welfare to live in abject poverty versus having a man in the home who was providing and protecting them? Like, are you serious? What makes more sense, that they weren't weren't providing anything, or that they were, and the black women simply prefer to get less and to live in poverty? Like, what makes more sense to you? You guys really think that black women and here's the thing, if black women really wanted to rely on welfare for the rest of their lives, because it was a black woman who got that legislation overturned in 1968. So the man out of the home rule, it wasn't black men who said, hey, we want to be in the home, we want to be in our children's lives, and we want to take care of our families. It was black women who advocated on behalf of having that overturned.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay. So Fanatic, go ahead. Go with your closing point.
all right, thank you. So listen, you keep moving this goalpost because when I'm talking to you about what is, and then you start making these points about preference, obviously, you would want to, instead of being dependent on the system, you would want a person who's at home that would be able to provide for you and raise your children, and you guys would be a connected family unit. But again, you got to think that these laws were existing and were largely implemented during the time when there was a march on Washington again.
What laws?
Well, let me finish. Let me finish.
He let
What
you
is
Nigga,
Hold-
relax.
Whoa,
Hold on. I'm gonna have to mute you. Lord have mercy. Let me finish the dang point.
You gotta let
That's
him
at the same time when this thing was happening, it's when there was a march on Washington again for jobs and freedom. So the providing that you're talking about would normally come by way of jobs. So then that's what black men needed. But when you recognize that there's a march on Washington that's happening where black men are asking for systemic, for them to eliminate racial discrimination in hiring practices, and affirmative action is a needed program to offset this racism that's not allowing them to work, then yes, a lot of times this was a family decision made by both parties, where the man opted, rather than be stuck in a situation where I cannot provide, I'm not able to find any employment, so then I can't actually raise my children in a situation that my children will starve. Yes, I would rather step out of the home and allow my wife to get the government funds necessary in order to go ahead and get that. And it's also asinine to me. It's wild as hell that you would say it was a sole black woman that overturned this law about in 1968 about the men out of the house laws, when you got to recognize that's directly on the heels of the Million Man March, the long hot summer of the Million Man March. Not the Million Man March, the March on Washington, the long hot summer of 1967, and all of the widespread countrywide protests that were happening at that time. But it had nothing to do with them. It was a lone black woman. You have a very selective way of just completely ignoring all of history, ignoring all the data, ignoring all the facts, and just trying your best to implicate black men while ignoring all data, facts, and figures. It's absolutely absurd. You walk back points. First you say it's had nothing to do with poverty, it's all culture. Then you go back and say, yes, it's poverty. Then you say, oh, it could be a matter of both. It's crazy to me. I don't think you have a cogent thought in your body, but thank you for at least trying to be decent half of this time. I love y'all. I gotta go. I'm out.
All right, we
Go to
appreciate
bed.
you. Thank you.
Listen, this is my thing.
Hold up.
The reason that I brought up
Can I just say one thing?
No, hold on. The reason
Okay,
that
go
I
ahead,
brought
Queen.
up the woman out of the home. Sorry, the man out of the. And I don't know why he's acting like black men were like always there. Part of the reason that black women were dependent on welfare is because black men were deserting them. It wasn't that it wasn't just like black men couldn't find jobs. They were deserting them. It could maybe they were deserting them because they couldn't find jobs. What I'm saying, cause and effect. The idea that black men run with the narrative that black women chose welfare over. No, black women chose living and being able to provide for their family because men could not.
And the men abandoned the families, right?
Go f yourself.
Jesus
Hold on. Why are you so hostile towards me?
I don't like you. You are smug. You're condescending. You think you're smarter than you are. I don't understand.
I actually don't think I'm that smart.
Maybe it's because you're with you rub shoulders with white men, but you're not.
With white men, I rub shoulders. Like, what do you mean? What does that even mean? Are you talking about Destiny? Destiny's the only white man I rub shoulders with.
Thank you.
He's the only one. Everyone else, they're all black. So is it the black men I'm rubbing shoulders with that's getting me dumb? What are you trying to say?
Well, definitely.
Definitely.
Don't tokenize me in this conversation, okay?
You are my token white friend. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but hold on.
Hold on. No. Stop. I just want you to know the reason why I was kind of hostile to yours, or there's twofold. One, you hit me up at the wrong time. I was out dancing, having a good time. Then all of a sudden you were yelling at me. I was like, well, chill,
that was
mama.
my fault. To be fair, I hit you up.
Yes, that's more your fault. So that's why I was a little bit contentious. And also, yesterday I think you added me. And then what scared the shit out of me is after you added me on Discord, you added me to a Discord that's just me and you. And I was like, this girl's insane. Like, she could just private call me.
I don't know how to use the app. I don't know what the fuck.
Okay, I literally thought you were unhinged, so I didn't know it was. I apologize. I didn't realize you didn't know how to use that. So my bad.
God.
So wait, no. We're starting off the wrong foot.
No,
I don't. What? I don't think highly of myself. I thought you were literally unhinged, but now I know I'm wrong. So like, okay, let's start off on the right foot. So why do you hate me?
Okay, so hold on, Steven. I sent you the Moynihan report, and the Moynihan report, I think that it does talk about welfare and the woman out of the house. The man out of the house rule. And I know you didn't scroll all the way to the bottom to go to the root cause, did you?
Well, I scrolled to the bottom, but that wasn't where it was. I'm guessing it's somewhere else in there. It's not at the very bottom.
No, well, it's at the very bottom. You're gonna have like cliff notes and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
so it's like, you know what I mean. So, but if you look at that. The reason that I sent you that is because the same problems that were pervading the black community in 1965 are pervading the black community today. So we can't sit here and act like, it's the government. It's white men.
It's black men.
You see, this is why I don't like you. Shut up.
It's black men. Let's just get right to it. You're going to say it's black men, so I'm just like speeding this up.
Who do you think it is?
You said it's black men, right? That's what you were going to say.
I'm asking you who you think it is.
Who's the reason for single mothers?
No, the plight in the black community, how degenerate it is, how violent it is.
I mean, I think it's a multitude of things. I think it's multifaceted. I think there's multiple layers to this problem, for sure.
Always, for sure. But there's always a catalyst. There's always cause and effect. What do you think it is?
Hey, listen, I actually am not really researched enough. Do you feel like it's black men?
I feel like it is. I think there are a lot of different variables, but I think that
mostly black men.
I think if we're running under that the sort of framework that that black men are leaders and builders in the community, then they failed.
All right, I got you. Okay, so why do you hate me? What did I do? What have I been saying on these platforms that made you so upset with me?
I don't. What do you mean? Like you DM'd me and you're like, I got some smoke for you. I said, damn, she trying to throw hands or something. This is wild, and so I just want to know like what's popping. Oh, I can't remember. It was something that you said yesterday, probably about. Yeah, why did you call her a fat whale? We gonna talk about the fatness thing? I thought we were gonna talk about black people stuff.
She got you, dude.
Oh man,
you should
want
have
to talk about the fat stuff, or do you want to talk about something else?
No, but like why? But why do you? I don't like. Why would you?
Because she was catfishing somebody and then hiding the way that she looked. At least that was the whole idea of the story at the first. And so when she revealed how big she was and there was some confusion as to why she was rejected, I'm like, boo-boo, you're like 350 pounds. That's why you got rejected. Right, but that's not what you said. You said, boo-boo, you're a fat whale. Why? Yeah, sure. I said the words fat whale because that's what it was. She's catfishing people. I have no sympathy for catfishes. Okay, but so you're red pill, what, like red pill adjacent? No. Don't pigeonhole me the same way I didn't call you no baby mama, nothing. Don't be calling me no red pill adjacent, okay? I didn't pigeonhole you. I'm asking you. No, you're insinuating and you coming in with some heat. You said, I have some smoke for you. Now, literally less than 24 hours later, you're confused about what smoke you had. So I'm asking you, What's the
No,
smoke that
I
you got from me?
sent you the message yesterday, and it was pertaining to whatever bullshit you were talking about when you after you tried to justify calling her a fat whale. It had to do with that. But I'm asking you right now, to what degree? Like, I think I've heard you say that you agree with like red pill ideologies, stuff like that, right?
No, I just think that red pill do speak facts on certain things that are
Like
undeniably
what?
true.
That's what I'm getting to. Like what?
Like the fact that the concept of hypergamy exists, that the idea that, like, generally speaking, within most dating dynamics, that people will generally date upwards in regards to like height, finances, whatever it might be. So that's one of the many things. The fact that they point out some double standards in regards to like how acceptable it is for women to be violent towards men versus the opposite side. The fact that they mentioned that there's like very little to no sympathy for male rape victims and stuff like that. So red pill and men's rights activists do advocate for things that are true. I don't call myself red pill because I think a lot of the ways that they move in these scenes are kind of cringe. But if you're being honest, they do say certain things that are true, and that's okay to admit.
That's what you said. You said that women overvalue themselves and women think they're shit and this and that, right?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Where did that come from?
No, you did say that.
What did I say? What did I say?
Well,
What
just
I
restate
just
it rather
said.
than playing this game. Just state it now. What do you think? Do you think women overvalue themselves? Or do they think they're hot?
I think some people overvalue themselves. Sure.
Some people or women? Let's be clear.
Some women, some dudes. Hold up.
Oh, so you think it's equal on both sides?
I think people. That's why I said people. You asked
We're
me
not
some
talking
women,
about people.
women
We're
include
asking women
people.
or men. Hold on. Who do you think overvalues themselves more, men or women? You won't answer.
No, because like, it's
Oh,
such a
no.
random person. Yeah,
It's
Destiny,
happening.
Destiny, you're trying to instigate something. And
I'm
you're
not
failing
answering. I'm
miserably.
just asking.
You're asking me who overvalues themselves more.
Yeah, in dating markets, who tends to overvalue themselves more?
Well, I don't think women overvalue themselves because men give them a tremendous amount of value. So I think whatever idea of like how good they are to some degree, it is true. So I would probably argue that it's probably dudes to some degree. I don't. You can make it.
You think guys overvalue themselves more in dating markets?
Yeah. I think you could probably make the case that it's women. Sure.
Okay, so I'm all ears. Make the case.
You just asked me the question on a stance I don't even really hold. Like, what do you mean?
Hold on, Abba. I'm gonna be
literally-
serious. Abba,
No,
you've been
no,
listening to
no.
way too much lab because you just moved through like 4 positions more fluently than I've ever
No.
done.
You asked me to take a position, and I already told you I don't have a strong one on this. So yeah, maybe I'm going to shift on it, but I don't strongly believe in it. That's akin to asking me like, do you believe that 9/11 was staged? I don't know. Give me a position, Abba. Maybe. Why are you changing positions? It's like, bro, I told you I don't know.
Abba, hold on. I've literally verbatim. I've heard you say that. That's why I'm specifically asking. I'm not asking you because like it's coming out
What
of nowhere.
you heard me say is that there's a lot of women who overvalue themselves. That is absolutely true. What do you want me to tell you? That's true. Now, if you're asking me more than men or whatever, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But I tell you, there's a lot of people and a lot of women who overvalue themselves in the dating market. And they're confused as to why they're getting terrible results when it comes to finding partners. Yes. They don't understand why they get fucked and then never get dated or taken seriously. It's because generally they overvalue themselves.
Right. So, and how? How do they overvalue themselves?
Because the outcome that they want isn't happening, and the reason why it's not happening is because they can't actually get from the people that they're generally going after the things that they want. So they overvalue themselves.
So doesn't that mean they're undervaluing themselves if they can't get what they want from the people that they want it from?
What did you just say? Repeat that.
Wouldn't that suggest that they're undervaluing themselves if they're not going after like I don't understand.
No, I think that if they went for what they're actually valued at, they'd have far more odds of finding a partner successfully. Yeah.
Sorry, at what they're valued at? What do you mean?
Meaning that basically when you're out there dating, based off your looks, based off what you bring to the table, based off of like, you know, what kind of personality you have, what kind of skill sets you have, what kind of background you have, there's a certain value that you're going to have when it comes to other partners. People are more desirable than others. And so when it comes to finding a partner, it's sensible to think that if your standards are too high based off what you have to offer, it's like, listen, you can ask to be dating Jason Derulo. Sounds cool, not going to happen. But then if Beyonce wants to date Jason Derulo, it can happen because she understands where her value's at. And if you were to say here, like, no, I'm going to get Jason Derulo, I'm like, well, you're overvaluing yourself. Is that clear?
Oh.
Huh?
No, I
Wait, why are you stuttering? What happened? Are you freezing? What happened?
I understand what you're saying, but if
Okay.
men are the ones that need this whole men's rights movement and men are having sex and men are killing themselves and men are depressed and men are dying at the dying deaths of despair at the highest rate, wouldn't it mean that they are overvalued? Like they're not getting what they want either?
Sure. There's definitely a lot. I think men, in terms of what they're seeking out there, is not happening for a lot of them. So that's why you always counsel them to improve themselves as much as possible in order to get what that is that they want or to lower their standards.
Okay,
Is
well,
that- What?
I
I mean, I say this all this on my channel, so this is not like new.
no, I disagree. I don't think that women are like. What do you mean overvaluing themselves? Like the average girl is not going to think that she can get like like a celebrity. Like, what do you mean like overvaluing themselves? Where do you see that happening?
You can actually see it on online dating profiles. For example, what ends up happening on online dating profiles is that traditionally, even for like average to busted ass women, they'll get a lot of matches in regards to people that they can match with. So it'll be like dudes who are much more attractive, and they got studies on this. But what ends up happening for a lot of these women is that even though they're able to f these dudes in terms of actually being in relationships with them, it rarely happens. And so there's a huge amount of disappointment there. And then what ends up happening is that because all these women, even at the bottom tier, are being funneled to men who are far more attractive or more desirable for different reasons, then there's a lot of dudes on the bottom end who are not getting any play. That's why online dating kind of works in favor of women, generally speaking, and very attractive people. Ugly dudes, like I always tell them, like you're wasting your time on online dating. So that's one of the many ways in which like you could be out there on the dating market and then just having a bad time because you're overvaluing yourself.
But what if those girls just want to be fucked?
Well, I mean, if they want to just be, that's fine. But what people report is a tremendous amount of sadness over the fact that like they're just hookups or like unfulfilling relationships, and they want something with somebody who makes as much as them. I mean, there's studies and polls that have come out in regards to women complaining about the fact that there's not enough eligible men who make as much of them or more. And so they're complaining about the fact that they can't find partners. It's not my opinion. This is stuff I can send you if you want to read up on it.
No, I know that it's true, but don't you think it?
Yeah, so you're overvaluing yourself. If you're sitting there and the market that you're trying to pierce into isn't biting on whatever product you're offering, then you have to either reduce the price of your product or you have to take it to a different market. That's the only options that you really got. And if there is different markets, then bitch, you gotta lower your product or nobody gonna buy it. It's gonna just stay on the shelf. It's not complicated.
So, but you're saying that you've seen studies of women who say they want men who earn more than them?
Or just as much, yeah.
Or just as much? Okay, so,
yeah.
So are these educated women?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
The problem is they're seeking men who are also equally educated or making as much as them, if not more. And the men that they're going for that area, well, they're going for any woman at any level. So they don't really care whether or not the woman's educated. They don't really care nearly as much if she's. So there's going to be more flexibility on the man's side in terms of what he's going to choose as a partner, less flexibility on the woman's side.
So you're telling me that this doesn't make sense. You're telling me that men are not dating women who are in their, or who are more in their, I guess, in their lane?
Yeah, so men are more flexible with their dating standards when it comes to the finances of their partner and the education level of their partner. So, for example, women are generally going to want to date somebody who's at their education level or more, whatever. Whereas men, they'll still want to date at that level, generally speaking, but there's much more leeway for them to be outside of that. And so what ends up happening is that if I have 2,000 men who are, college educated and 2,000 women who are college educated and they're trying to only date each other, well, what ends up happening is you find that there's a lot of men who cross over into dating uneducated women, whereas women don't do that nearly as much. And so as a result, you have women who are left behind just by a pure numbers game. And that's how you overvalue yourself.